In this video, I'm going to talk about how to incorporate a curve into your Desmos project. On the project description is the general form for a circle, which essentially looks something like this. With exponents, you'll need to hit Shift 6 or use the digital keyboard to get those. Currently, and I have some parentheses here because I'm going to add some values in, I have a circle that has a center at the origin and has a radius of 3. So this value here is controlling the size of the circle. And then inside the parentheses, it's important that they are inside. I'm just going to pick a number. I'm going to pick -1 and +2. And I noticed that actually the center of the circle now appears to be at 1, -2. And so actually these values always show up backwards once they're graphed. So x, if I think about the x-axis is left-right, it's -1, but actually causes the circle to be translated to the right 1 unit. And +2, I would imagine that that would normally control an up-down movement. And +2 appears to be up 2, but it goes actually down 2. So I can now move my circle to wherever I would like it. And so let's say I want to graph maybe this, what looks like maybe an O up here. So I'm going to move it left, what appears to be maybe negative, maybe 2.5. Negative 2.5, but that's going to show up as plus 2.5. That looks okay for now. And then I want to move it up to about, let's say 5. And up 5 is actually maybe -5. And then I need to decrease the size of the circle. There's a couple ways to type this. You can type in just a number. You can type in something like that, which means that the radius is 2. And adjust the base. Doesn't really matter. So in there, I almost have my circle. I just need to adjust this some more, and I would then have that O. Another way to do this is you can type in the general formula for a circle, which, like I mentioned at the start, is on the project description. This and add all the sliders and move your circle to where you need it, and then steal the values from here, get rid of any double negatives that show up, and enter it below. And so that can maybe help you get it to where you need the circle to be. If you're looking for something that is not perfectly circular, then you might need to just make a couple of circles and kind of restrict them to form some sort of more oval or ellipse. So here I tinkered with this for a while, and I have where I want my circle, and now, now I can restrict it. So I'm going to zoom in a little bit and figure out that I'm going to chop it off right about at -2.285. So I'm going to graph the left half of this. So that x is less than -2.285. And then, because there's a little gap here, and then I'm going to graph the right half. So what I'll do is copy it, maybe turn off my other one. Maybe 227. And I want to graph values that are bigger than that, so -2.227 with x being greater than that. And I can turn this one on. And there I have maybe what I'm going for. There's different ways to chop these off, but that's one option. Another option is that I can take this restriction and go up to the other circle. Turn this one off as well. And I can't really merge these because I want x to be bigger than this, but x to be less than this, but bigger than the other value. But what I can do is put a comma, and I should be able to, there we go, kind of tell it to graph either part of this. So it's going to graph the left and the right, but not the middle portion. And if I wanted to, there was also a way probably that I could restrict this using y's instead of x's. So that is, I'm going to delete this. That is how to graph a curve in your Desmos project. And again, if you look at the front page, almost at the very top of the project description, there is the equation that you can play with to get any circles that you need.